How's it going, everyone? Welcome on in for another reaction video. We have the character trailer for Skirk out. I was actually awake for this, surprisingly. It's been about 12 minutes since it has come out. Say Skirk, Lament of a Ruined World. Can't wait to check it out. By the way, guys, if you guys enjoy these videos, make sure you always leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get started. You have no idea how excited I am for this upcoming Archon quest.
This view of the stars.
Oh, it's in English.
It seems
Hey, let's go
timeless.
listen our world. Hello, how are you doing?
As
there,
if it
Narwhal?
could last forever. But all it takes is an instant for everything to come crashing down.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking around the sceneries just to see whether any of them looks familiar.
Choice is to forge ahead.
Oh, love those eyes, Dickens, you know. Oh, the music. Holy cow. I'm gonna assume that is Sertology, right? Like that kind of the Shadowy Knight thingy they were showing me before. You see the Sertology? Oh, another music.
You survive.
More, okay, I am going to turn this on, but oh, love those, you know, those abyssal limbs. She has, right? Looks freaking insane. Oh, and the change of outfit. He is so Durando created. Like, I love it. It is. I have so much theory on. Oh, is that a dead narwhal? Oh, is it just some random other beast as well? But could be anything. But that kind of looks like a dead narwhal to me. Let's be honest, that looks kind of whalish. Oh, little Skirk. I am so interested in finding out how they're gonna show us her relationship with Sertology. Oh god, the music is just going over. I don't even have anything turned down because, wow.
In the cold expanse of space, civilizations crumble and fade into eternal night.
That is to say, she has been to other
but when darkness
planets
falls,
as well, or other civilizations as
I will
well.
slit its throat.
I'll slit its throat. Interesting. I know there was Dahlia's one out as well yesterday, but oh, is there any more? Spoilers? Any last second? No? No end credits? Alright. Alright, you know what? Let's have a look at some of these, shall we? Let's have a look at some. Okay, the music is insane. You know, between all of that, there was a point in my mind I was about to say, oh, it is music to my ears, but then I was like, it is literally music to my ears. Don't know how corny that would sound. So, also the thighs. Chef's kiss. But this just, I'm curious how what is happening here.
The only choice.
Also, because remember, in the teaser it kind of showed like a destroyed world sort of thing. So I don't know what is happening there. Ooh, this looks to me that this bit. So let's go back slide. First, this just looks like dimensional travel. Like, is it just me, or like traveling to the abyss? So I'm curious, are you able to travel to other worlds or other planets or other civilizations through the abyss? Is the abyss like a link to outside of Teyvat? Or is there like an open link? You know how the firmament is what blocks out Teyvat from the rest of the universe, right? So, ooh, also, can I just say, this looks so nice. But is that supposed to be her serpent subtlety mark, I'm guessing? This bit, where is it? This bit. Oh, not this. Slide. Okay. This way. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Sertology, right? Because it looks like they're just reaching out. So this is supposed to be Sertology, right? It's like he is reaching out his hand towards, you know, towards Skirk. I'm guessing this was towards Baby Skirk. Then right after this, they show you Baby Skirk. Does he kind of have like a demonic horn, sort of? Huh. Yeah, I mean, he does kind of also look like one of the dark you know, one of the dark serpent knights, but that does make sense since he was a Khanrian before all this, right? Then they switched to this.
You survive. You endure. You evolve.
Ooh, okay, that was so nice. Like this little spin she does with the with those abyssal crystals coming out.
You endure.
And okay, if you look at her arms, I know they did reveal in one of the little posts that, you know, she is able to recreate her not organs but her limbs and such with the power of the abyss. And if you look at, I'm gonna at this point assume pretty much all her limbs are not what they originally were, because if you look at what's it called? I wish I could zoom in a bit. If you look at all the abyss marks, like, I don't know, some part of me just, I don't know what's the best way of putting it. It feels very mechanical, even though it's so smooth and serene. It feels very lifeless / dead, right? It feels like there is nothing going through that. You guys know what I mean? Also, all those pads, like, oh, impact frame, damn. That little bit, like, you see this as well. All this, you know, all these circles, some DNA maps going on there. Like, I don't know how to feel, but it just feels so mechanical, even though it's all biological. I don't know. Like, you guys know what I'm trying to say? You guys know, like, even I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm curious if this growing limbs sort of thing is also something Sertology has taught her, or if this is something she knew from before, or she kind of masters herself from being in this. Oh, this breaking glass effect is very cool. And her this form, her dark and alpha form. Oh wait, sorry, I quickly want to go back to something. So when she is in darkened form, does she still have... Okay, I just wanted to see if her arms are still the abyssal arms, but it looks like they kind of are. They kind of doesn't look like... That looks like a dead, that is just a dead whale, at least from what I can see. I might be wrong, but you know, it is very obviously one of the dead ones. So this is probably not the abyss, or sorry, this is not the narwhal. Maybe this is another whale. Do we have it now? Oh, sorry, I just realized on this scene here, you can also, right? So you can actually see the planet, like the ones we saw during her little teaser. So, I am curious. 1 second. This looks like a small version of her. So I am curious if her home planet was destroyed then. I'm gonna assume so. Like similar to how Aether and Lumine, it was kind of implied their home planet was destroyed and they were trying to find another habitable planet, etc., etc. I'm gonna assume it's similar for Skirk, but just by, I don't know why, but this also kind of reminds me of the Abyss. So I don't know if their home planet also has something to do with the Abyss. Like either some sort of abyssal contamination or just some sort, you know, just involvement with the Abyss in general, because we know Abyss does exist outside of Teyvat. That was implied multiple times. I think Washaklu Nubakan, aka Kukulkan, mentioned it. That is pretty much where all the forbidden knowledge are coming from as well. So it has been implied quite a few times. This basically outside of Teyvat is pretty much, the Abyss is very prominent. Ooh. Like that red planet as well. At first I thought that was going to be Teyvat, but now I don't know if I think the same still. I mean, it could be, but you know. Oh, love that glass breaking effect when she just slices through the dimension. Oh, she's kind of like a shooting star in a way. And holy, what a, you know, I am loving the fact that they are going above and beyond for her. It does seem quite obvious that she seems to be one of
the cold expanse of space,
Genshin's favorites.
Civilizations crumble and fade into eternal night. But when darkness falls,
Oof, love that.
I will
They
slit its
literally are
throat.
giving her the Archon treatment in terms of her trailers, teasers, animated short, etc. I mean, the only other character I can think of at the top of mind who has received similar treatment that's not an Archon was probably who was Arlecchino. I mean, I guess she was a harbinger, right? But wow, that was brilliant. I'm curious to just check it out in JP just to see if the song is if it's the same song. And you know what? Let's just check it out one more time, shall we? I can watch this as many times, you know. This shush. There we go. Let's just check that out as well. I'm curious if this song is gonna... Oh, the Durando. The Durando voice. I missed it so much. I do play the game in JP, so I instantly recognize the voices. Also, very soft, a much softer tone. This kind of reminds me of younger Durando in a way. Because again, in HI 3rd, we get different versions of Durando, and this kind of sounds like the younger Durando. But they do show different phases. Sorry, again, I am pausing, but this bit, you know, when they show her us her home planet, where is it? Not the home planet, but you know, when she was young, per se. Where is it? It was like right here, right? It looks like she was, unless this was her in Teyvat, but I don't know. I don't think that's the case. Again, sitting just on a cliff, meditating, very Durando-esque. I don't like comparing games, but it's, you know, when it's so very coded. Right, where is it? Was it this bit just now? Like, where's the little form they just showed off her? Maybe it was slightly after. Let's see. The voice is so soft, love it. I mean, I did say earlier on today's stream when I was playing to the ZZZ story, I know she also voices Ishwen. That was not my favorite performance of her, in all honesty. I do much prefer her this voice over the one they gave to Ishwen. 1 second, just like are you gonna show me? 1 second, just trying to pause. This bit, yeah, because if you see it here, it looks like, because I don't know if this is still in Teyvat, because I don't know what age she came to Teyvat, but I don't think this is Teyvat, right? At least nothing here that tells me, because it does seem like it might have been back in her home planet, and by the looks of it, it looks like she's still injured. So I wonder, that's why I'm wondering if something has happened in her home planet that might have also caused her to either escape or whatever, right? And I'm also curious how Sertology found her. Like, surely she wasn't just like randomly hanging around outside Teyvat and Sertology just happened to find her, right? Because Teyvat is supposed to be sort of isolated, or at least from what I can tell. So that brings, so I'm going on my theory mode right now, right? Chat. So that brings on another question for me: is Sertology currently in Teyvat? Because we know there are not few characters. There are at least one character that we know that is able to not travel between worlds per se, but that has access to the world's, you know, that has access to the world's borders, aka Alice. And we know Alice has some sort of connection with Skirk as well, from the little teaser we saw, right? So I'm curious, I'm very curious, because if Alice has some sort of connection with, you know, just involvement with the borders, I wouldn't be surprised if the sinners also have ways of either leaving Teyvat, either through the abyss or via other methods. So I don't know. I'm just thinking, what if, you know how, because at first I was assuming she was just near Teyvat and Sertology just somehow let her in. But what if that wasn't the case? What if the sin is just not even in Teyvat? I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to think out loud, because I feel like if they were in Teyvat, we probably would have seen at least one of them by now, right? I mean, then again, we haven't seen so many characters now that's mentioned in the lore, but I don't know. It just feels, you know. There was also that little conversation between Vedaphonia and Sertology as well. Vedaphonia, of course, seeing her fate, and yeah, that she was supposed to be a girl that Sertology has saved from the was it? She took it. She changed. He changed her fate or something, right? So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Because again, just seeing this and seeing the time when they showed us her in Tava, it just looks very different. So that's what I'm thinking. Is there any way that Sir Trilogy might have found her as a kid and then raised her, per se? Because she clearly didn't come to Tava on this form. I mean, honestly, she could have. But I have no evidence to prove or disprove that. So I'm just gonna say she probably didn't. And when you are looking this injured, kid this young, I doubt you could have interstellar traveled unless you got picked up by, I don't know, random people. Too nice, right? I'm just thinking out loud. But that would also bring the question of what is happening with the Primordial one? What is happening with Heavenly Principle? If Sir Trilogy is not even in Tava, so why would, you know, I don't know, so I can watch this again and again. Like the fight sequence. Like, I'm sorry, I will go back slightly more. Like, here, look at this bit. Look at this bit. This, 1 second. This bit, look, this literally looks like she is outside of, I mean, this could be the Abyss, but this just looks like she is outside of the planet, because this doesn't even look like a moon. Is it just me? I mean, it could be one of the moons, right? But we know some of the moons were destroyed because we see pretty much one of their corpses where Mabuga punches to the sky. Point being, that just looks like another planet or like another astral body just outside, right? Is that just me? This even here could be another. This looks like a starry sky. Are they real? Are they the fake sky? Who knows, right? God, how voice is so good. Again, another astral body in the corner. Just casually opening up with rips in space. Is this in Ankonomiya, by the way? Where they're fighting. That kind of reminds me very Ankonomiya-esque. And again, another... Sorry. Again, pausing. Another thing that was making me think about that was because Sir Trilogy literally has or devouring narwhal as a pet. Where did he manage to get it? If he is even in Tava, surely that thing is not just spawning in Tava. I mean, it could be, but I doubt it, because according to the lore of the narwhal, if you read through his boss materials and such, it is something that's, you know, just goes around in just goes around from star to star, planet to planet, devouring the thing. And it has its own kind of life cycle, right? So in that sense, I'm just thinking, like, where would Sir Trilogy even get something like that? I mean, unless it was in the Abyss, but then that again brings up the question that what if the Abyss is just linked to the outside universe, right? Maybe he could have got it from there, I don't know. And from that little thing, it looked like there was a dead narwhal. Unless the narwhal we saw was already dead and that's just the skeleton. Because this looks like the Primordial Sea as well, right? Like the water of the Primordial Sea. Could be. Because this looks like she's slowly building something out. I don't know, I feel like we're gonna experience a very sad story here. And I'm here for it. I am very much here for it, but at the same time, I don't know how many days do we have left? One more day? It's tonight, right? Tonight's the update, or I guess tomorrow morning. Oh, also, that looks like a broken sword kind, right? Everything is just being sucked in. That is a massive explosion. Wow. Wow, I'm sorry, chat. Holy, the animation was going insane here. Like, who is anime? Is this also done by Hoyo's in-game studio? What is... Like, look at this. This is... Like, holy... This little bit of animation just went nuts. Most animes coming out now doesn't have animation on this level. So... And love how they just mix up 3Ds and 3D. And fade into eternity. And when the darkness falls, I will slit his throat. Ooh, I am curious. Remember when also with Searchology there was, I believe he was saying something about, like something about Skirk versus Searchology at some point in the future during, was it during a teaser they mentioned, or maybe, well, actually, was it teaser? It might have been during the animated short when he mentioned it, right? Point being, when he mentioned it, this line just makes me think: is this what she was referring to? When the darkness falls, I will slit his, I will slit his throat. Is this supposed to be referring to Searchology? This line? This one. When the darkness falls, I will slit his throat. Let's go back slightly. So what? I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent again. But what if this? Do you know what this kind of also reminds me of? And again, I don't like linking games, but again, in Honkai Impact 3rd, Durando, aka the voice actor she is being present, her voice actor in JP at least, and even the character design is pretty much exactly the same as one of the characters, and that character was raised by another character called Auto Apocalypse, who was like one of the game's main villain, right? It's just, and they did ended up facing one another at one point in the story. Not gonna spoil how they ended, because if anyone wants to play it, yeah. When the darkness falls, I will slit his throat. So I'm curious if I was about to call him Otto. He's not Otto. Let's just say Searchology, because that's what we know him as. What if the Foul, aka Searchology, has raised her specifically with the intention of killing him, because maybe he's just too powerful. Maybe it's just him. Maybe he thinks maybe that's like his own countermeasure. You know how Albedo at some point he was like, oh, if one day I destroy the whole of the world, will you stop me? Like, this was back in version 1.1 or 1.2, something like that. So I wonder if this is like a similar sort of thing. The Searchology might have specifically raised her in the hope that one day maybe she'll be able to kill him? Question mark? Because let's be honest, you don't just get a name like the Searchology from nothing, right? He is literally named after one of the main causes of Ragnarok in the Norse mythology. So, that implies a lot. But with that said, I think I've been cooking too much. I need to stop cooking. I've burned the kitchen by now. I know I was just throwing out random theories. Hopefully one of them sticks. If none of them sticks, it is what it is. We tried our best. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this very long rant, I hope you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Can't wait to play through this game whenever it's going live. I don't know if I'll be doing this as soon as the server goes up. I hope to, but I do have work, so we'll see. Tune into my live stream. Right, it would probably be either tonight, tomorrow, whenever. Right, hope to see you there. Have fun, guys. I will see you sometimes very, very soon. Bye bye.